What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning Python. My name is QDS Dani and you guys are watching my channel Crywood. Alright, so I congratulate you guys that we have done together all the modules. Not all the modules because Python is huge, but I've done basically the main modules that you guys need to learn, and if you guys want to push it further, we can push it further. And after that, when you guys learn these functions, and you guys learn the object-oriented part of Python because of the classes and how the classes behave, the classes behaviors and the classes properties, and how the classes goes and inherit each other, and how the polymorphism works in Python, and the other parts of the high-level object-oriented programming. And whatever we have learned here, we can apply the same method but in classes. So if you guys, instead of doing everything by itself, we can use a class, and now something called object-oriented programming, or OOP. And keep in mind, in Python everything is object. Whatever we do, it's all object, string, tuples, list, everything. Whatever you guys do, they are all objects. And objects have a properties and objects have a behaviors, and we're going to discuss that in future videos when we do object-oriented part of Python. So you guys not far away from object-oriented, and you guys have learned all the basic functionality of the Python, and we have shown you guys before. We have introduced modules and we have said the functions, and there is something called in programming says don't repeat yourself, or dry. Dry is not like rainy or dry, but it's dry in programming because programmers are lazy people. We don't want to repeat yourself. Instead of writing these ones as a multiplication table for I in range 1 to 11, or for j in range 1 to 11, for k in range 1 to 11, that we have learned in the four loops, we can create a one function. Is called multi-table, and that's it. So that's about it. You guys don't need to repeat this every time you guys want to do multiplication tables. All you guys got to do is that if you guys want to do some modification or update, whatever you guys want to do, just do it inside here, and that's it. And what you guys do then you call it, if you guys looking around yourself, real world programming, like real world, we're looking at objects, real world. So all the main purpose of the OOP, or object oriented programming, is to mimic the real world objects around us. So that's the whole idea of OOP, or Python object oriented programming, to save if you guys, because the computer by itself, they don't understand anything. We as a human, as a programmer, we need to let the computer know that this is apple, our this is Kate, for example, our dog, our this is, for example, the lion, and the lion have a behavior, is roar, and the lion have a properties, it has a 4 leg. So this is the concept of the object-oriented programming, and that we're going to see in the future video. So without further ado, I don't want to confuse you guys. So we come in here in a function, and we said, instead of writing this multiplication table, if I come to you and if I said write for me a multiplication tables, and tomorrow I come to you again the same day, and after that I'm gonna come again next week, next month, and even if you work in the office, your boss tells you to create something, and then again, then boss tells you to create something, then tomorrow again. So instead of you guys typing every day and spending hours, whatever, half an hour, whatever, an hour, a couple of hours, whatever, scratching your head, because sometimes you're going to forget what's if you guys have a spelling mistake somewhere around here. Instead of that one, why don't you guys, it's a lot easier if you guys go ahead and create just one function and just call it. So how easy is this? So that's the concept of to dry. We as a programmers, we don't want to repeat ourselves. All right, so I'm going to remove this one. This is the inbuilt function, as I said to you guys in Python, the range function, the min, the maximum, the length, they're all already inbuilt inside the Python. All we're going to be doing is just calling them. We don't know what's inside these functions, and we don't care. Sometimes we don't care what's inside the function. All we know to remember the function minimum of the any number if you guys want, or the length of the string, or the length of the number if you guys want, just call the functions. It's called built-in function inside the Python. But the Python and the other major programming languages, general purpose programming language like C, C++, and Java, and any other object-oriented programming like Ruby, and you name it, there are a lot of tons of other object-oriented programming languages. They have something called custom. We have to create a custom class they give us the ability to create a custom class, our custom functions class, our custom functions. It makes sense why our user defined. Sometimes you see custom, our user defined functions, user defined. Why would you want to limit yourself to all these inbuilt functions while you can create your own functions? So it wouldn't be nice if you guys go and work for a car company or auto company, you guys just go and create class auto, that's it, and you guys go from there. Or you guys kind of function, you guys gonna put a function, for example wheels, inside the class, and do whatever you guys gonna do. Just do your print, whatever you guys want to do inside this function. All right, so if you go look in here, we have already put it here, so you can I'll remove this. The function in Python, it starts with def. Instead of, if you guys coming from Java, our inside the Java public static void main, yeah, you guys have a string args. You guys have a string of array of string args. Instead of doing this, Python says I don't want you to guys use any of these. I want you to guys use this. So how our, instead of coming here main in C++, our C, so you guys, instead of doing everything, you guys just put in def. Okay, and you guys then putting your name, so that's the name of the function. I'm put my function is going to be Corayo, that's my channel name. And inside here you guys need to put a parameter, because this part is because Python is written in C++, C and C++, that's what it has here for a parameter, because you guys need to put something, your parameter here. If you guys have heard, if don't guys be surprised if you hear the C Python, because Python is built inside C Python. You don't be guys be surprised, because that's Python is open source, and you guys going to see in GitHub, you guys see Python, and don't be surprised, because Python is pretty good and compatible with C++, C and C++. So but this part is you guys don't see in C++, because there is a colon here. As soon as you guys put a colon, then then Python imagine, then Python is going to say that's a function, because the Python is going to see, interpret this one as curly brace. So the curly brace and this one is the same for Python. So for Python, this curly brace is this. Python don't understand this curly brace, don't care about the curly brace, and Python only understand this one. So when you guys put a colon, it means Python is going to see this one. You guys want to define function. Now that we know how to define our functions, how to create our functions, we put the keyword def, and we put a name. You can put your own name, and inside the parameters. Sometimes you guys going to see like param. Don't be surprised if you put parameter 1. Our param is short for parameter param 2. Then you can have your param 3. And you got all the way, you're going to go and do your param. That's your param n. That's any number of parameters you guys can put it. Say parameter, say for age, then you guys can put your name, then you guys can put a parameter address, then you guys can put a blah blah, your school, college, friends, whatever you guys want to do your parameter. So you guys have an endless number of parameters here. You guys can put it without any trouble. So inside here, then the Python, as soon as you guys put a colon here, then the Python going to see that it's going to start your body. All right, so and then how you guys gonna call your function? That's the main idea. If you guys go ahead, say in C++, and if you go in Java, you just call. Same with Python, you just call your functions. Call function. Call your function. So how we gonna call is say if your function name is Corayo, you just put a Corayo. That's it. If you guys gonna go in Java, if you guys gonna in any other programming language, you guys gonna see the heart of that program, say the main function. As soon as you guys open, you guys gonna see public. You're gonna see static void main, as I explained to you guys before. And now you guys gonna see a string, array of string arguments, whatever you guys see, all the blah 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 here, but don't worry about this. So you guys gonna see how come I don't see that in Python. So even if you go inside the inside the C++, you guys gonna see int main, for example. And this is where the program executes. This is where the program executes in Java. This is where the program executes in C++, C and C++. So how about you guys gonna see I don't see anything here, and I'm gonna show you guys if I have a div and I have for example Corayo, and I don't have any parameter inside here. I just define my function and I put print and welcome to my channel Corayo Wood. Alright, so I'm gonna hit the Control S for save. So we're gonna test if Python is gonna call our function, because now we have a function here and we know that it's not gonna execute. So how about we come here and we actually call our function. So we're gonna come here and we're gonna call our function here, so to see if it working. So because we have our function's name is Corayo, and all we gotta do is put a Corayo, that's it, and to see if Python creates this message here. Alright, so we have a function here and we're gonna go and run. We're gonna see and look like we don't have any error, and it's perfectly fine. Python has executed our function. We have successfully called our function. So how come you guys don't see the main here? Alright, so before we begin with the function and everything, you guys need to know that Python, everything is objects inside the Python. And if you guys don't see this one, don't assume that the Python's gonna Python is very powerful, it's very clever, it's very intelligent. It knows straight away that you guys see put this one, but in future, just in case, if you guys need to put your main. And how to put a main like this one inside the Python, all you guys need to do is come here, if put it here, and you guys are going to see that is import underscore here if name, and if you put an if name double equal to, and after that you guys need to put a double colon, and if you go and name double equal to main. So if the name is main, then what happens? Then you guys need to put your function, which is gonna be Corayo. Alright, so now we're gonna come here and we're gonna execute a function to see what happened. Calls of function. We didn't get any error. Why we didn't get any error? Because before we have done, and now we are doing the same one. So if we put in if under double underscore name, and then double score under name, and these double people double equal, keep in mind that's a double equal, and double quote here double underscore main, and then we put our function name, which is Corayo, and we still didn't get error. This is the right way for you guys. This is called special variable inside the Python. And why would Python want to put an if name? Why would Python wants to use this one underscore, say for example import, for example? Why would Python want to do this? The reason is so you guys don't do it by mistake. That's a special variable inside the Python. It says if the name of whatever you guys doing, if it's main, execute this one. This is the heart of the Python. This is just like if you guys familiar with Java, public static void main, and if you look in here, that's a main, and you see here that's a main here. Now you're going to tell me, Mr. Yazdani, before I didn't even type this one, how come Python executed? But that's fine. That's this is a special variable, and if you guys don't put it, this Python is the Python interpreter assumes that you guys want to call your function. They're going to behind the scene, it creates this main because this main is already there, and it's going to create this call your functions, just like C++ inside the main. If you don't put a constructor, the C++ is going to create a constructor for you, because that's by default. That's how, without that one you guys can go ahead. Same in Python. If you guys don't do this, if you guys don't call this special variable called main, if you guys don't do this, the Python's interpreter assumes that you guys want to call your function, and you're going to execute your function. But this way is if you guys gonna going for a very complicated object-oriented programming, you guys needs to do this. You have to do this, otherwise you're going to get your program is going to get buggy. Because with Python, because we're going to be heading towards machine learning, and we're heading towards web scraping, we're heading towards a lot of PyGames, our other cool stuff inside the Python. And this is the best idea, because you guys learning, you guys needs to put this one in special variable. So if you guys as I said to you guys before, and I'm going to repeat again, so if the Python interpreting runs your source code as a standalone in main program, it sets a special built-in name. It's called this is a special variable. It's called name. To underscore name and to underscore is a variable, and with the string value of main. And after setting up this special variable, and the Python interpreter is gonna read your program to execute the code, whatever code you guys want to put it, and you guys want to call something, then Python is going to call for you. So whatever the code we have, for example, the code that is at the indentation as level 0, for example, this is the level 0, for example, that's the first one. It's going to get executed. The block of statement of function definition is not going to execute unless the function is called. Block of 0, the first ones, for example, the block of 0, so this is the 0 layer, whatever you guys going to do. But if you guys have a lot of, it's not going to execute without this one. You guys have to put it here, and that's a special variable. It's called name, and it says that if the name equal to main, execute this one. That's exactly same as this one, this guy is here, because here this doesn't say if, but it says here. But in Python, that's a very special name. It says if the name of that's a special variable called name, if is equal to, if it has a main, then execute this one. So keep in mind, you guys need to know with your function. So every time you guys want to call your function, make sure you're gonna put it here. Normally, you guys, when you start your program, the PyCharm or any other IDE, they're going to put it for you, but you guys keep in mind that you guys need to put it yourself. So keep in mind, you guys need to remember this, and you guys need to practice with this one. If this special variable name equal to main, if it has a main, and you call we're gonna call execute a function. Say for example, if you guys doing say object-oriented programming, you guys have a lot of classes, and you guys have that class inherits from that class, another class inherits from that second class, and the fourth, fifth class are gonna inherit from the second class. Then the program is getting very complicated. It gets higgly-piggly. Then if you guys don't put it there, you guys are gonna be in trouble, because the Python needs this one. And the Python can't just assume that you guys meaning Kurai, because this is very simple for the Python to handle. There is no problem for this one, because there's only one function, and it's not like thousands of code or anything. But and if you guys have like, for example, your program grows bigger and bigger, then you guys need this. You guys have to put this just like Java, and just like C and C++ for this one to execute something. Otherwise the Python is gonna say, okay, you guys don't have a main, and I'm not gonna go ahead, and your program is gonna get buggy. So if you wanna, I'm gonna put it here. That's a special variable inside the Python. Is a name. That's a special variable with have a string value. So have a string value of main. And the reason they put an underscore, so you guys don't type it by mistake. That's impossible if you guys unknowingly put 2 underscore. Maybe you guys gonna put 1 underscore or 1 score here, but there's no way you guys gonna put 2, and there's no way you guys gonna invent this one, or say for example your hand touches or something to the keyboard, and you guys gonna put something, for example, even if you guys put it like that, double and single underscore main, you guys, maybe a lot of people's in the habit of doing this, or a lot of people say putting, for example, name, for example, they do that, and say for example they put another one, and sometimes people they do that, and maybe put a Michael, for example, they do that. But there is no way you guys gonna go and put a double score and put a main. There's no way you guys can do this, because this one needs, you guys needs to put a lot of attention for this one to put it here. So if you guys don't put attention, you guys, there's no way you guys gonna put, because a lot of programs, keep in mind, they encourage you to put like some functions gonna be like this. For example, they can log in. They some programs, they want you to guys to put it here so they can know that's a private, especially with the private functions. They want you to put the single underscore or not like this, but no one's gonna put you guys, make you guys to put a double under, is because if you guys put anywhere is here name, then the Python is gonna assume that you guys meaning the name, so your program is gonna get crashed. Or if you guys looking here, all the Python special variables here, it's got this one, so it's got a function, built-in functions, and you're looking here, built-in function, it's got a double underscore, so you guys don't do it by mistake. And that's about functions, and that's inside here, that's your parameter. And I'm going to remove this one so you guys don't get confused with Java and C++. If you guys want to follow my C++ videos, by all means, you guys go ahead and follow, and soon I'm going to create the Java as well. So you guys gonna, if you guys interested in Java, because Java is object-oriented programming. All right, so here keep in mind that your function start with the keyword def, followed by your function here name, whatever name you guys suits you, and here your parameter, and you guys can have a endless parameter, whatever parameter you guys like. Then you guys have a body of a function, then you guys gonna execute this. Keep in mind, as a professional Python programmer, you guys need to be aware to put your special variable. It's called name. It has a value of the main. What is main? Main, you guys already know what is main inside the C++, inside the Java. Main is the main area of the program which executes all your code. So Python is built on simplicity, because the creator of the Python want everyone to use it, not just programmers who come from the Java or C++ or PHP, but they want everyone to use it, as engineers, mathematicians, and professors inside the college, or the doctors, medical staff, because Python is huge, and Python are general purpose programming language serving every field. Any companies, whatever you create, all you can think of, and even mathematicians and school teachers, everyone uses Python, because Python is very simple. There is no curly braces anywhere. You guys don't see. All you guys going to see is nice, clean indentation. The reason they put indentation, so it's going to be very easy to read. So whoever is going to come and see, all right, so I can read this code, because this code is very clean now, so you guys understand it with no problem. All right, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.